welcome back. I'm not dead. Hi, this time we're going to go over the 2024 Week 4 NFL predictions. Right now, I think my record is like 8-10 because I didn't get to put out last week's. And I would have been right on the Panthers game, so I really want to brag about that one real quick. Starting off, Cowboys played the Giants. Cowboys did win, like I said they would. I'm going to kind of stick with their NFC East compadres to start it off. We have the Commanders taking on the Arizona Cardinals. I think I'm going to go with the Arizona Cardinals. Commanders had a really good Week 3 showing against the Cincinnati Bengals. Cardinals just look like a really well-balanced team. I'm going to take them at home. I think this is going to be a really fun game, though. I think Kyler Murray and Jaden Daniels might just run all over the yard for us. But, yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the Cardinals on that one. You're going to see me kind of stick to the home team a lot this week. I'm just going to be honest here. Because the Eagles play the Buccaneers. Really? I just think that the Buccaneers have a full balanced team compared to the Eagles. Right? I think the Eagles could have lost almost every single game that they played. In fact, they did lose one because of a really dumb play call. And they're trying to kind of light up the scoreboard instead of just taking points here and there. And I think that's really going to cost them against a really good Bucs defense. So give me the Buccaneers. Moving over to the AFC East. The Sunday night matchup does involve the Buffalo Bills, and the Monday night matchup does involve the Dolphins, so we'll wait on that just a little bit. The New England Patriots, they take on the 49ers. I don't think it matters how banged up the Niners are. I still think they take this win at home. The Patriots, did not look good against the Jets. We will get to that on the rundown. But, yeah, I think you got to kind of lay Niners on that one. I think they're kind of going to dominate this game. Should be kind of a snoozer. Not going to lie. The Jets, I'm going to look at my cheat sheet here real quick. They take on the Broncos. That's actually a good one. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Jets on that one. Broncos looked pretty good last week. They beat the Buccaneers, which was kind of a surprise to me. They were really able to get pressure all over the place. Problem is, I don't know how good that offense is, and they are going to be taking on a really tough New York Jets team. So I'm going to take the Jets on this one. They looked really good. Of course, they got that fluke win over the Titans. I'm saying it's a fluke win because the Titans just gave them the game like they did against Chicago as well. But bias aside, I like the Jets this week. I really do. I think they're going to get that win. AFC North, I know the Cincinnati Bengals. They take on the Carolina Panthers. And like I mentioned, we'll do the Sunday night matchup later, which the Ravens are involved in. But either way, I think I'm going to take the Panthers this week. I would be surprised if the Bengals go 0-4. I really would. But their defense looks like it has a lot of question marks. And Andy Dalton just kind of went off. He threw for over 300 with 3 passing touchdowns. And, yeah, he just kind of lit up the scoreboard. Brownies, they play the Raiders. This game is kind of hard to call. Mostly because they both are kind of bad. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Raiders, though. I think they have a more complete team than the Browns right now. Browns have a really solid defense. We knew that after losing to the Giants, though. I don't know how their momentum's going to go. Let's go ahead and take the Raiders. The Pittsburgh Squealers. They are heading to Indianapolis. This will be one of the few times I take a road team because I'm going with the Pittsburgh Squealers. Pittsburgh Steelers are really... They're playing good ball, right? Their defense just kind of does what it does. Anthony Richardson looks pretty rough right now, especially in the turnover game. Like I have any room to talk there. But, yeah, the Steelers... They're really playing really good fundamental ball, and they're beating everybody that's put in front of them, and honestly, they're just kind of holding them down. The defense just locks up and handles business. So, yeah, let me take the Steelers. NFC North, we have a really good matchup in this one. It is going to be the Minnesota Vikings versus the Green Bay Packers. This game is actually going to be tough to call, especially if Jordan does make a return. Jordan Love has been missing since week 1, if you didn't know. The Minnesota Vikings, though, they still have really good targets, really good talent all over the place. I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings on this one. I'm going to ride the hot hand and Sam Darnold, and I think he walks away with another victory. Going to be a really fun game, though. I'm going to go with Minnesota. The other game, before we talk about Monday Night Football games later on, is going to be the Chicago Bears. They will be hosting the LA Rams. I'm going to go with the Rams. The Bears really haven't given me enough to believe in them just yet. I know the Rams are banged up, but Matt Stafford sometimes does find magic in a hat and gets wins, and I think that this could be that case this week. We'll go over to the AFC South. The Jacksonville Jaguars take on the Houston Texans. I'm going to stick with my original thought here, and I'm going to go with the Houston Texans. Jaguars looked atrocious when they got themselves completely kicked in by the Buffalo Bills. Texans, I know they did just lose to the Minnesota Vikings as well. But right now, the Jaguars don't look like a very complete team. They got to kind of get everything going together, not a cohesive unit. And the Texans, I think, will get themselves back in the winning column on this one. I got to stick with the Houston Texans. NFC South, we do have another matchup over there as well. It will be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons. And I think that one's going to be a pretty easy one for me to predict because I don't know if I trust the Saints now. And honestly, the Falcons looked all right on Sunday Night Football. Obviously didn't get the win. Really bad calls on both sides, to be honest with you. Kind of what happens in every Chiefs game, it feels like. But at the same time, I'm going to ride the Falcons on this one. I think the Falcons get that W, get themselves in the win column. Hey, they're going to be back. AFC West, I know we talked about the Raiders and Broncos, so we'll talk about their matchup over there as well. It will be the Kansas City Chiefs. I believe they're at LA. I forgot if they were at home, but either way, I don't think it matters. I think the Chiefs get this win. Derwin James is going to be missing because of a suspension, which just happened to come on Chiefs week. Surprise, surprise. But that being said, Chiefs really are a really complete team. I think the Chargers have a lot of room to grow. Really good football team. They got a lot of stuff that they have to get figured out over there. And yeah, we're going to stick with our gut on this one and go with Kansas City. Sunday Night Football will be the Buffalo Bills versus the Baltimore Ravens. Gonna be a really good game. I think this one has potential to be one of the better ones all year. I'm gonna stick with Buffalo. It's kind of hard for me to bet against Josh Allen right now, especially after what he just did to Jacksonville. And I think that the Ravens have a lot of struggling going on. That being said, that Ravens team could definitely keep it close. Maybe even sneak out a win. But for right now, it's kind of hard to bet against Josh Allen because right now he's looking like the MVP after only 3 weeks. Monday Night Football game 1 is going to be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Miami Dolphins. What I would do is I would skip this game and watch the other Monday night game. That's my real prediction, is what you should do. But overall, I think the Dolphins just absolutely win this game. I don't know if it's going to be a high-scoring one. Tyler Huntley is probably going to start. I think he's going to run that offense just fine. But in all honesty, the Tennessee Titans literally just played the worst Tennessee Titans game I've seen in a very, very, very long time. So it's kind of hard for me to bet with them anymore. And I don't know if I'm going to bet with them anytime this season, to be honest with you. So, yeah, Dolphins get the win at home. Get themselves back in the win column. It's going to be a really hard uphill battle for them in that division already. But, hey, maybe they'll make a comeback when Tua gets around. Last game, the Seattle Seahawks come to Detroit to take on Dan Campbell's Detroit Football Lions. And I don't think this one's going to be any surprise to anyone. I'm going to take the Lions. I really like that football team. I really think they're going to be good. That's my pick to honestly go to the Super Bowl, which everybody else seems to have it, so I don't like that. But, yeah, the Lions secondary has definitely improved. Their defense has gotten a lot better, and I don't really trust Geno Smith that much. I think this one is really intricate though, because the Lions have looked a little rough on offense, and the Seahawks defense has been incredible. Both defenses have been good. Both offenses have kind of been stagnant. But I kind of think it's going to be hard to stop that three-headed monster that they got over there in Detroit. Even four-headed if you want to consider Waymo and that. But yeah, I'm going to stick with the Lions on this one. I think they're going to get that win. Going to be a really good football game though. And hey, let's get it. That's going to be all for me right now. I do plan on getting the rundown done here in a few minutes. Maybe. We'll see. Possibly. Definitely, possibly. But for right now, that's gonna be it for me. Like, comment, and subscribe, and tell everyone how great I am. Have a great day.